Let's resume where we left off.
Okay. Well, for those of you watching at home, welcome back. We are starting turn 2 of our Close Combat Last Stand Arnhem campaign. I am your host, Rossi Ruckus, and co-hosting with me today is my brave and noble opponent, Dave. And we are currently in the process of fighting over who gets to control Holland. So, on this episode of Roddy Ruckus Goes Shopping in Europe, we will explore the Market Garden campaign, which was a sort of high risk, high reward campaign that the Allies tried in September of 1944. And we are about 3 hours into the campaign, which is one in game turn. And I'm going to kind of go through this by sector and just sort of review where things are at. So, in the Eindhoven sector, which is the southernmost sector and is sort of where the bulk of my forces are entering the area, things are going, um, they're going okay for the Allies.
Swimmingly.
They're going pretty well for the Germans, or I guess maybe they're going about as well as they can for the Germans. Dave is, yes, losing pretty much every battle we fight, but that's sort of predetermined in this leg of the campaign. His goal is to delay me for the maximum number of turns, keep me from getting into Eindhoven, and keep all of my heavy tanks and reinforcing columns from 30 Corps from being able to kind of move up country and get towards the bridges. So far, he has succeeded in destroying Soane and Best bridges before I could capture them, and he is probably going to blow up the bridge in St. Odin Road. However, I was able to capture the Vagel Bridge, and I was also able to capture the Grave Bridge. So we will see some delays in Eindhoven. Likely, I will have to go around these bridges. I'm going to lose a couple turns doing that. But things aren't going catastrophically bad. Not a whole lot has happened. Moving up into the Nijmegen sector here, which is going to be everything between Grave Bridge and the Nijmegen Bridge. I have been able to take Grave Bridge. I'm not actually across it, but I have disarmed the explosives on it. And I'm going to have to try to push across and actually take a victory location so the 504th 2nd Battalion can actually get into Nijmegen and help supporting stuff here. In Nijmegen, I was able to break out of the landing zones. I'm now free to exit into Grosbeek Heights. And the 1st Battalion, 508th Parachute Infantry Regiment was able to move into Beek and now is in striking distance of Nijmegen Bridge or Nijmegen proper. The problem is that there is now a unit of armored cars under KG Graebner sitting on the Nijmegen Bridge. And the 1st Battalion is an understrength airborne force that does not have substantial anti-vehicle weapons. All I've got is a couple shoulder-mounted bazookas. They are going to have a really hard time actually getting onto the bridge and disarming the explosives. So, again, not a whole lot has happened in the Nijmegen sector. I was able to take the southernmost bridge over the wall, but it's probably also the least strategically important bridge. Really, Haytert and Hanengudi bridges are the ones that kind of matter the most. But, it's still only turn 2. We've only done one round of battles, and, you know, uh, this is still day 1, and it's still in the late afternoon. So one of the things we will see is in day 2. That's when kind of the first substantial German counterattack happens. Dave doesn't have a lot of stuff to move around right now because he hasn't, like, this is representing, we're still very much in the time where the Germans are completely surprised. Really, the only interesting maneuvering that's happening is up in the Arnhem sector. The last time we played this campaign, Dave chose to do what the Allies historically did, which was keep defenders on Rankham Heath and Ginkham Heath and defend these landing zones so that when the second airlift came in on day 2, they weren't dropping into a hot zone. I have moved away from some of these zones and am currently pushing towards the Arnhem sector with everything I have. We'll see if it works out for me. This is going to be a bloodbath no matter what. It's going to take something like 30 turns, 40 turns, best case scenario, before I have units that start being eligible to get up into the Arnhem sector. So these paratroopers have got a long fight ahead of them. They've got to hold out for a really long time. Um,
Yeah. And on the German side, we don't have a whole lot to do. We're going to be playing some defensive battles just like we did in the last game. Um, like Ross said, not a lot of movement, but we're going to just be trying to delay Ross and kind of hold our ground as much as we can, and we'll see how successful we are.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty brutal stuff. So Dave and I have got to make some moves here, and I am not feeling confident in some of the sectors I got to control. But we'll start down in Eindhoven, and we'll just take it from there. So, hmm,
So I've made all my movements. I know you have more to do, so
yeah,
just let me know.
I got a couple to do, not a whole ton. Hmm, just rest these guys. So, as you can see, this regiment here, sorry, I was just stuck in quiet thought there. This regiment here is not able to move because the bridge at Soane has been destroyed. So these are the only moves it can make, and those moves aren't, necessarily great moves. So, I may just rest it, but the fatigue actually isn't too bad, and I don't know that there's a lot of utility to that. So. We'll just start getting up into position here. We are expecting intelligence that there's going to be a German counterattack in the west here, and also probably a German counterattack in the east. So these
Ooh,
paratroopers are...
intelligence.
Well, I mean, it's what... If you click on the board, it'll tell you, that, like, if you click on De Gilders, it'll say that, like, bad boys are
Intelligence.
coming on... What? Alright, so Dave and I have played this before, and Dave's being salty about it. Um,
It's salty.
Dave,
I'm just making fun of the mechanic a little bit.
yeah. Well, look, man, I know kind of what reinforcements you're going to get. Actually, okay, so up in Arnhem on Joanna Hovre Farm, I had to make the decision to, because I know that KG Hella comes in next turn. And I know it comes into Ginkle Heath, and I know that I can just corner it and murder it. But that just feels gamey, and I don't want to do it. So, like, you're welcome. Don't don't murder me when you get the chance to.
You're welcome to do whatever you want. So
Yeah, I know. Thank you. Okay, well, we're going to do this from south to north. So no movements to make here. Really no movements to make here. I'm going to fight this battle. Yeah, I don't want Dave to bounce me off the board like like I did to him in Helmand when the Panthers come on. So I gotta think about what I want to do with these guys. I think I'm just gonna, you know what? I'm gonna have to fight. 30 Corps is gonna have to fight you at some point, right? So wherever you want that to happen, baby boy, that's up to you.
we're gonna have some tank fighting in here. Yep.
Yeah, we're gonna have some fucking tank fights in here. Um, yeah, that's a good question. Good tank fights in close combat don't really go hand in hand, but man, I feel so much empathy for your plight when you were playing this fucking game. 'Cause like I am just absolutely like, what do I even do? I have no idea what to do. I have just no fucking idea what I'm supposed to do. It was so much easier when I was the Germans and I didn't have to move anything.
I'll admit it's kind of nice having limited options. So
Yeah, you can just go, dude. All right. So this would be, so let me come in from here. Let me come in from here. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to wait for the counterattack because I feel like that would be foolish. So we're gonna move on our objectives. Damn KG Gravener. What an asshole.
Hmm.
Okay, well that's the Nijmegen sector. Um, does it make sense to even try to take the Ravenstein Bridge? I mean, I have Grave. It's not a more direct route, and actually, yes, it does make sense to try to take the Ravenstein Bridge for reasons that I will tell the stream audience, but I will not tell you, Dave. So, so suck my dick.
Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
So, um, yeah, we're gonna start moving these guys up here. So we gotta get what I can in Nijmegen. Okay. Well, all right. The Eindhoven movements are done. The Nijmegen movements are done. Now we're up in Arnhem. Man, I just don't know what my plan is, Dave. Like, I guess I do know what my plan is. I just don't feel confident in it, and I keep talking myself out of it. Um, I'm actually, like, here's the thing. I'm assuming
Just
you're not
commit
going
to
to
it.
move KG Craft, but if you did, that would be wild. Like,
I think you're way overthinking a lot of this stuff. Just I have like two squads that I can move here, and I don't know. Yeah.
hmm. Well, one way or another, these guys are going here. So, yeah. Um, yeah, so I'm gonna put you on mute here. So I had a couple
Go for it.
plans in Arnhem and a couple options here. One would be to try to stay back on these landing zones. There's going to be some German reinforcements that come into Arnhem piecemeal, and they're going to be kind of these weak battle groups. Um, Essentially, what I'm doing is I'm sacrificing both parachute groups that are going to come in here. They're both fairly small groups that come in the second wave. Um, the one in Rankham Heath will probably survive the drop, but the one in Ginkle Heath will most likely be destroyed. Uh, there's just nothing I can do to keep them alive, and they're basically fucked. I need all the forces I can get onto these points, and there's just nothing I can do other than just take half of my attack and hold it back. So we're gonna try what Dave didn't try, and we're just gonna go move on. Um, the question is, do I stay engaged with KG Craft and Wolf Hees? That's basically the only thing that's up in the air at this point. And I think the answer is that my goal is to get these guys into a relevant, useful sector as soon as I can. I want to get them into Arnhem or around Arnhem as rapidly as possible. Uh, if I can get an exit to South Osterbeek, I can do it next turn. Um, Otherwise, I could leave to Joanna Ovre this turn, which would give me, 1, 2, 3 to Arnhem. Otherwise, it's going to be 1, 2, 3 to West Arnhem. You know what? Actually, I am going to do this because I don't really want to fight KG Craft. I don't know that there's a lot of profit in it. I have sort of removed Craft's ability to attack because his entire infantry strength is sort of dead. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, it'll be interesting to see what happens. I also don't really want to get caught in Arnhem Heights by vehicles, but I think I've got a turn to make that happen. Actually, you know what? We will stay in Wolfhees because because I because we're going to. It's part of my plan. All right, Dave, you here, buddy?
I'm here.
All right. Don't forget to assign your supports, and then we should be good.
Yep, sounds good.
This should actually be a pretty quick turn because there's not a lot of.
It's basically you mopping up some boards.
Yeah, but there's like a very
Um,
careful way I need to mop some things up. So, hmm. Yeah, we'll do that. All right, hitting next, hitting execute. Okay. Yep. It's basically what we were expecting.
mm-hmm.
Interesting. You retreated with craft.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. And I hate you, but do I ever respect the hell out of you? Uh,
I was looking at the map, um, and kind of what I had left, and I think my defensive position was um, probably a little bit untenable. And as the Germans, I'm playing kind of right now. I'm playing for time, really. So even though I let you have that board, you now have to move through me probably
no,
to
actually, that was
continue.
probably not a bad call. I'm guessing you moved to South Osterbeek rather than North Osterbeek, but I can't really tell.
Yeah, you're gonna have to choose. So
Yeah. All right. Well, that is some next level bullshit, my dude.
and I see you moved into Arnhem Bridge, Arnhem Road Bridge.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting.
Yeah, it
We're
will.
gonna have a fight there.
Yeah, Spindler is going to take whatever he has. I think he has a tank. I don't know. He's got oh, if I remember correctly, what my German military symbols mean, that's SS infantry. So this will be great. Uh, couldn't have a better bunch of guys. I wonder if I should have stayed in Grosbeak and Grafwagen and like cleaned you up, but eh, we'll be fine. We'll be
You'll be
fine.
fine.
We'll be fine. All right. Let's get to fighting in Vulcanswan. I'm hitting next.
All right, next.
Next.
Yeah. Huh. Well, you guys can see what I have. Hitting next.
Don't hit next. It'll crash it.
Why?
Cause it does that.
I mean, I'm ready.
Yeah, but like if okay, never mind. Never mind, Dave. Um. Okay, I am now hitting next.
Okay.
So this is probably the first battle where our gentleman's rule is really going to come into play, because obviously you've got a lot of ground you could deploy in, and I'm trying to prevent any sort of sneaky breaky nonsense. So we'll just
I
say
mean,
you can't deploy
I'll be.
south of my victory location. Is that fair?
I'm going to be deploying in a logical place, but I'm not going to be abusing the mechanics of what just happened.
Yeah. So
So,
one of the things that Dave and I realized early on when we were playing this game is that you do really need to have some gentleman's rules to make close combats multiplayer not just like totally fucked up. So what we've kind of decided is that uh, you can only deploy in areas that are contiguous to your victory location. So all of this dark gray stuff here, Dave, the game will let him deploy stuff there, but we've kind of agreed that we want to keep battle lines like roughly demarcated by which victory flags are controlled. So uh, I'm just assuming Dave isn't gonna try to like back cap uh, my bottom exit or something, because technically the game would let him do that. So,
Hmm.
or wait, did we say that it has to be contiguous with a flag? So could you put somebody in this 4-story windmill?
I mean, technically we did, but
Well, I
I
just
think
want to
we
make sure
also
we
said
agree, because I
I
don't.
think we also said that we didn't want to like, abuse any fuckery with the map. So you were kind of given some random, well, I shouldn't say random. You were given like the next three locations and a small area around it. Um, I would say that the way that I read that is that the game is saying that the Germans were pushed back kind of along those lines. So um,
Given the extreme disparity in forces that we have, if you want to deploy along my flanks, I think that's
yeah,
fair.
sounds good.
Maybe not in the houses directly connected to the Valkensward area. Maybe we can agree on that. But
Sure.
okay, like these 4 houses are safe.
I'm not gonna. Well, you have deployed in those situations that way. Do you want to?
No,
Yeah,
no.
because
You know, I won't. You
let's
know what? I
stick to
won't.
it
I
that
won't
way.
limit you. I won't limit you. I'm
Let's
sorry.
stick to it. I
I
mean, if you want to,
shouldn't.
let's do it.
No, no. Do whatever you want. I'm serious. I have such an advantage in this, not letting you deploy the way you want. It just feels shitty. So my big concern is that you're going to deploy on top of me and try to force a morale loss, and then somehow I'll only get 2 victory locations, and you'll keep me on this board for another turn, which is actually what I did to you.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, how about this? I'm not going to abuse the mechanics of the game. I'm just going to play it kind of the way that I expect these defenders would play it. So, to the best of their ability.
and I don't know exactly what Dave has. I'm assuming he has like a machine gun team left and I don't know, probably like a couple units of FJ or Zats. And I think this is that battle group that gets that tank hunter team, which is like not even a tank hunter team. It's like 2 guys and one of them gets a Panzerfaust. Like not even a Panzer Schreck, like a Panzerfaust. So it's like it's basically worse than a bazooka. Um, but we'll see how it goes. So,
I'll tell you something later.
what are you gonna tell me later? Tell it to me now.
No, I'm not going to tell you now.
Tell it to me now, Dave, you fucker.
I'm not going to tell you now.
I want to know. What are you gonna do?
No.
Are you deploying your Panzerfaust in like the bottom right corner, and you're gonna go run onto my?
Uh, yeah, okay.
Cause Dave, I am I am observing security right now. Like I've got guys in security positions, man. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to fucking go. Are you
All
ready
right,
to
let's
go?
begin. Let's begin. Okay, that was expected.
In position. Move completed.
Pretty bold with that tank here.
I don't care if it dies. Like I just genuinely, Dave, shoot your Panzer Shrek. I don't give a shit. I don't care if it dies. I need these victory locations.
Area secured. In position. completed. In position.
Like, as I said, you're welcome to it.
Move completed. Redeployed.
I'm assuming that's their only AT gun.
In position.
That's a good assumption. It's a pretty good assumption. I mean, I'm not going to give you a lot of tactical information here. I don't have a lot to
Move
work with,
completed.
so
I understand.
you understand, yeah.
Move completed. Redeployed. Scratch one.
Okay. That was the Panzerjägers.
Redeployed.
I'm guessing there's a machine gun back here
position.
covering the Eindhoven exit.
Move completed.
Dave, you should say to me what you said to me before we started playing.
It technically doesn't matter now, but
No, you
that
should say
Panzer-
you should say to me what you said about not getting seriously invested in this campaign.
listen, there's no way you don't get off this board,
In
so
position.
I wouldn't be super worried about it.
Oh no, my platoon HQ! You killed Bond.
Bond.
Area secured.
Yeah, I was actually expecting some more sneaky
Redeployed.
breaky from you, so I definitely deployed a lot of guys in security positions. So
In position. Move completed.
Hey, that's all good.
Redeployed. In position. Move
oh, you are just
completed.
killing this command squad. Holy crap!
Redeployed.
Incoming! Needs loss, sir!
Redeployed. In position. Move completed. Redeployed. In position.
surprised your morale is still intact. Or as intact as it is.
It's all relative, man.
Oh, you have a Zug troop in there. I bet that's what's in this room.
Take cover!
They fought valiant. Let's just
Yeah.
say.
Move completed.
Sergeant Master!
Damn it.
Yeah. There's only so much they can really do here.
Sitting tight.
Take cover!
I mean, you know, you put a couple hits on me. I had to be pretty reckless with these guys because this is more about. This is weird because this is so about capturing the victory locations and not at all about what you would actually do. So like you got a free tank and a couple squads off of me.
Yeah.
It's actually like hurt my morale pretty badly. But I mean, like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if the Irish guards like get fucked up. I just really need you to lose this board.
Yeah.
Okay, well done. I mean, you.
So I'll tell you what you needed to know. There were no Panzerfausts. The Panzerjäger has a rifle and a MP44.
What? What did you kill
It's-
my tank with? Was it the
It
Zip
was a
troop having-
grenade.
It
was-
must.
or
I bet
maybe
this-
it's a satchel charge because it's whatever the so the machine gunner team started throwing grenades into it or something, and then I threw the command squad at it.
I mean, most Zug troops do get a Panzerfaust.
This one I don't think had it, but it might have been a grenade.
If you're just looking at them in the soldier screen, you won't see it. You have to look at them in the troop screen, because I believe the Panzerjäger does actually have like 1 or 2 Panzerfausts. But
Give me a second, actually, because none of the soldiers show them as having it. But maybe
yeah,
do.
and they don't. If it's a secondary weapon, it's like a grenade.
Okay.
So
Well,
yeah,
maybe I
oh
could've-
man, it was my Sherman that knocked out both of your vehicles that you blew up. Fuck. All right, I'm gonna hit next. Okay, but that needed to happen. If I hadn't succeeded there, that would have been like very bad.
Like, I think I told you this, but like I wasn't gonna like cheese the flags or anything.
Okay.
I don't think that would.
Because I had to cheese the flags. Because I think what you did when you attacked me is like I had 3 flags and then you routed me and somehow I got 1 flag and it was just,
Yeah, that's actually what happened. But
that was super bullshit. So all right, you're about to blow up the Odin Road Bridge, so I'm gonna hit next. Yeah, I don't think there's any way to win this. So, like, GG, bud.
I mean,
we'll see how. Tell me how
I
much
have-
time I have at start.
I will, and I mean, you may have it. I don't know. I have very few troops left.
All right. Let's hit next.
Yep, hit next.
Actually, we're gonna do that. All right. Now I'm good.
Okay. So, yeah, full disclosure, yes, it is a 0 timer.
All right. Well.
Oh, weird.
What do you mean?
Really weird, but kind of cool. I'll tell you later. I'll tell you later because I think it would be unfair to say it now.
Oh, is it that you can move your gun around?
Yes. You knew that then, okay.
Yeah, that actually will cause you problems though if you try to stick it into a building. Just FYI, Dave.
Mhm.
I mean, do you want to play this or are you just gonna blow the bridge up?
No, let's play it.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know I might blow it up pretty damn quickly, but
Okay, rules for deployment. Where do you want to say you can put your guys? You can't put anybody east, or you can't put anybody west of the bridge.
I will be deploying all of my guys basically on the bridge.
Okay.
So there will be no bullshit
All
because
right.
I don't have enough guys to work with here.
That's fine.
So
I actually considered using some of my only support for this board, just to see if like I could get away with like bombing you basically.
oops, hold on. I'm trying to get to the menu screen, but I hit escape and it didn't take me there. Oh, options. There it is.
F8 is the options.
There we go. That's better.
I have a feeling there's going to be some cheeky that I don't believe in here. But Dave, I want you to cheeky the fuck out of me. But actually I don't want that. That sounds miserable. Yeah, if you could do anything but cheeky the fuck out of me, that'd be fantastic. Man, it is so much better to play the Germans in this. It's just less stressful. Like, I'm always up against the clock. Oh man, how did you do this? I'm ready. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, I'm ready to. Yeah, so yep. Yep.
Alright, so that's your tripwire squad. Where's the rest of your trash? Because I know you're not gonna let me get the bridge. You're just gonna force me to lose guys to make you blow it. Which I respect the hell out of, you know? Good for you, Dave.
You don't have to run very far.
Yeah, it's almost like I think I can make it, and then you're just gonna take it all away at the last second.
I mean, even if you get it, I'm not super concerned.
Yeah, I mean, Sohn and Best make this bridge kind of irrelevant, so... Actually, I don't know that that's true. I think it is one hex quicker to go through this map to, like, eventually get up to Arnhem. So blowing this up does slow me down a fair bit.
Mortar barrage, interesting.
Yeah, they can't really see it very well.
Ooh.
That's not a mortar barrage, that's just, like, 381mm mortars.
Oh.
wow, you can put that thing in a building. Yeah, well, it was always in the
much of
cards. What can be done? All right.
Too much at risk.
Yeah, if I gotten a lucky mortar shot on your gun, that would have been it. So,
Yeah.
all right, I'm hitting next.
Well, I didn't actually kill anything, but oh
No.
well.
But, you know, neither did I. Nothing that mattered. So, yeah, I mean, you slowed me down by a couple turns by being on St. Odin Road. That's not negligible. Okay, well, now we're on to Grave Bridge. So I'm going to hit next. And yeah, this is going to be kind of rough. Because...
Okay. If you say so.
well, I mean, just simply because I'm on a bridge with no fucking cover, so...
If you say so.
hitting next. Oh, no, I don't have to be on the bridge. Okay, yeah, this won't be bad.
Yeah. I'll tell you in a minute.
What,
Oh, that's weird.
do you have like 4 guys left?
Let's just say my options are fairly limited.
Well, you just let me know when you're done with your deployment.
All right. So, like, seriously though, you're just trying to take exits. You really just want to take Tier's dick. Well, or Osfelt. Osfelt.
I mean, I have a feeling where your machine gun team is going to be. Like... I do not anticipate the placement of your machine gun team will be a great surprise to me. Where you put that other flak gun you get is probably a bit more of an interesting question. What?
Nah.
Dave, you know I'm not good with surprises. Come on, buddy.
Sure. Let's do it.
Alright.
This is gonna be well, we'll just save the surprise for the game.
Alright, no surprises so far. Oh, whoops, forgot to move this mortar squad. Yeah, they're pretty dead. Hopefully that wasn't a waste of all my smoke, but...
Come on, you don't have to do very much. Blow up the whole house, why don't you?
If they're not here, they're here. Or they're just there and you're being fucking coy with me. I'm more curious about where your flak gun is at, to be honest.
So am I.
Did it end up in the water or something? Like, is there a glitch?
No, it is not in the water. Surprisingly, it actually started on one of the bridge pylons, like that little pontoon beneath it. Alas, you can see it is not there. Must be taking a very roundabout approach.
Can you not see me?
I saw some movement. I don't see the bulk of your forces, though.
Interesting, because I'm moving fast. I'm not like, you know.
Oh, I do. Okay, I see him. Yeah. Yep. Keep moving that direction. Yeah, not like they really were gonna do much.
All right.
So I didn't have a machine gun.
Really?
I had two Zug. I had 2 men of Zug troop and that.
Well, all right. That
So
was tenser than I thought it would be, but I got there. All right. Because that's not a
You've
very big
lost-
battle group.